What's up, guys? It's Black and bringing you some more RA content. Last week we were doing Mint and Anjew for their rattle matches against each other's team. This time we have Mint and Anjew in their RAGL matches in Master Division. Mint is going to be playing Ukraine in his traditional minty green, and then over here in the top right we have Anjew also playing as Ukraine in his traditional pink. I think these matches are going to be pretty interesting. Anjew is currently in the bottom 3 of Masters Division, getting close to being relegated out. So 2 wins here would go a long way from securing his Master legacy. And on the other hand, Mint is currently sitting in 6th, 1 point behind Unano. Unfortunately, he lost 2-0 to Unano early in the season, so any 2 points of his last 4 games I think that he has would get him into that 5th spot since Unano has finished the season. And of course, being in the 5th spot puts you in that 1st spot just in case somebody drops from the Masters playoffs, which does seem to happen frequently. So there's a chance that if Mint can get 2 wins here, that he could maybe go into Masters from a playoff drop. So we'll have to see. Looks like Mint is going to go double war factor here with 2 engineers. I kind of like this on this map. The map is Military Mind, which is by Mega Tank. There is a lot of capitals, as you can see. Got an FCOM back here with a gem mine, power plant just for these extra pillboxes you have on your flanks, 3 oil derricks per side, and then there's a hospital for you too, and just an additional hospital in the middle that I've seen rarely get captured. So there's a lot of money on this map too. You got 3 mines in your base, 6 mines for your expansion, depending on which ones you take, which way you go, and then you have the gem mine in the back, so you're not going to sell an eco at any time this one. Going to be interesting to see what these players do. Looks like Anjew also went for a double ref. And he's just going to go a little bit faster on his war factor than Mint is. Looks like Mint is about 5 seconds, 6 seconds behind. First little engagement here going on. Anjew's going to do some fancy force fire. You like to see that, although Mint's already got the oil derrick there, so going to kill one rifle and just back off. Could have taken that if you really wanted to, but doesn't know how much is actually there, so that's totally fine. Interesting about this map, I think a lot of the early battles do happen over here. Not so much here as you kind of expect. It's just because there's so much capsules around the edge that that's where everything happens. I've rarely seen people dive either each other's expansions just because there is so much money usually pumping out a bunch of infantry like you can already see here. So it's kind of very interesting where there's so much capsules on this map, but yeah, you don't see a whole lot of action. Everything tends to be more passive. You don't see like a lot of war factory first plays or war factory rushes either, but maybe they could be effective in this game. I'm surprised that Anjew didn't do like a war factory first, something like that. Looks like Andrew's going to get his FCOM and Mint's a little bit ahead, and that's just because the double engineer is going to get those pillboxes on the side. Already got this one nailed down. Probably going to go here next with that engineer. Yep, perfectly. He's got his rockets out there just in case that Anjew does have an early APC, but looks like it is not coming out. It's going to be a harvester. And another harvester back there, so yep, both players just doing standard build here. Although I think a lot of people will put 1 ref here for the double ref, and then the 3rd ref will go here on this gem mine, and it just kind of gets you into tank production a little bit faster, get your barracks rolling a little bit faster. But it looks like both players are just going to go 2 refs here, 1 ref here, and probably a 4th ref here. Totally fine. Yep, that's exactly what Anjew did. Not a big deal at all. You have so much money on this map anyways that going for that 4th ref back here is not going to like hurt your eco that much, and having 2 refs here is a little bit better since these oil mines are a little spread out. Kind of smooths your eco out a little bit easier than the other way. Looks like Andrew's going to go up to 3 racks, so he's probably going to do his APC build, which can be really strong. I know he likes his early APCs and stuff like that. Looks like Mint is also building 3rd racks, which is a little unusual, but I mean, you do have a lot of money. He still has his kennel, which is kind of weird. You normally sell that off now, but it's kind of become the more the meta of people doing a lot of early light tank or APC pressure instead of going for quick heavy tank or medium tank, stuff like that. Although engine are going to go down, but I already got the oils right there. Although that early light tank pressure or light vehicle pressure really falls off, especially against Soviets with their heavy tanks. They just do so much burst damage to those tanks that it kind of makes it ineffective, but you can still be caught off guard if you don't have enough infantry rocket density. Like right now, Mint only has, I think, 6, and that's definitely too low. 1 APC's out, and the 2nd APC's out, and I think this is a 3rd APC, yeah, so this is not enough for 6 rockets to deal with. You need probably double that. 12 would be able to deal with 3 APCs, and then again, you have to rely on the crushers not instantly squishing all of them, so be definitely interesting if Anjew does be aggressive. Looks like he is going to move out a little bit. Mint's also going to move out with his army, so this could be really good if Anjew sees this, but he's kind of going the wrong way. Mint has a flak instead of a APC, so that's kind of bad. He's going for a heavy tank, so that is good. You don't really need an MC fast on this map since you do have so much eco, and he doesn't even have a 4th ref down here yet. Well, he does have 6 harves, which is a little untypical. You normally see 5. This harv, I don't know if that was manual order, probably was. It doesn't need that though. Those gems will get harvested just by that one harvester rather quickly. Gonna come in here and kill the oil derrick. Oil derrick's kind of not as valuable as they are on this map as the other one. That's just because of the high eco on this map. But you know, killing a free eco of your enemy is always nice. Ooh, flak chuck goes down there for a mint. That's not great. These APCs could be really good right here if he saw them, but he's gonna come over here. See the heavy tank. Yeah, you can see how much heavy tank damage it does to an APC. That's quite significant. It's like 2 rockets worth of damage instantly. So Anjew not gonna chase the heavy tank, instead just pick off some of those infantry. That's gonna be totally good. He's got a 5th APC coming out now. Finally got his SD out. Looks like he is halfway through MCV, so that's good. Mint's expansion MCV already out. Gonna get spotted right here, but that rifle is actually really good. Let's see what Anjew sees. Does not see. Oh, there he goes. He sees the tank there. Yep, he's gonna go and chase after it. Really nice to see. Oh, this could be really good though. But he's gonna go and crush it with the APCs. I don't know about that. He should have just used his whole army. APCs are distracting this, which is nice, but this MCV might get away. One more burst of the rockets will do it, but no, it's definitely gonna get away. And just gonna retreat. He doesn't have any armor anymore, which is kind of unfortunate that he uses those crushes. Oh! Does catch the MCV there. That's a nice grab. Instant elite status from rifle. I'll get in the last touch on it. Some of this is going to get picked off, but the majority of Anjew's army is going to go away and kill it. A MCV expansion for, what was it, 4 or 5 APCs? Probably worth it in the long run. Would have been better if he just used his APCs as armor again. Not that big a deal. Mint's going to come back and just expand with his main MCV again. I think that's probably smart since he is going to be stalling on eco. It looks like he had to place his expansion ref down here since this one got destroyed. But he does have plenty of harves, so he's just going to be able to quickly transfer him back. And that's exactly what he's doing. It's like he's got 4 harves, probably a 5th harv coming up there. So they're just going to locust mine this in just a second as soon as that MCV comes, or that ref comes out rather. Same time, Anjew just kind of checking this side, which is smart. I think it's very common. You hit on this side and then you come over on this side. There's just kind of that 1-2 punch that works really well. He's got his expansion out rolling, which is great to see. He's even got his harvester transfer on time. He's looking like he's building another ref. Probably could jump into other racks, but he's fine. I mean, he's only floating about 1,000, which can very quickly evaporate, but you can see that mid's a little bit broke here. These harvesters coming back down here before that ref gets out. I mean, oh, he's going to transfer some of them back. That's cool, too. It's always that debate whether you send him back or not. In this case, it probably made more sense to save him, but he's going to get a nice influx of cash right there in a second. Oh, expansion MCV almost gets caught. But Anjew's going to be forced to retreat. There is quite a large army from here. You can see on the top left that Anjew's got another army coming on the backside. We'll see if he turns and faces this. It's always good to just keep your opponent's army in check, and if you keep him engaged in a battle, then that's, 30 seconds you have to reinforce and get other stuff there. This MSV is kind of vulnerable because this army is getting pushed away and it is lightly protected. We'll jump over here and see this. Yeah, this is a really good angle of attack. Heavy tank goes down, but that's pretty much all of Mint's army. He's going to send this army to kill the harvesters. I think he should just kill the MCV first, because I want to make sure that that doesn't get away like it did last time. But he did manage to track it down last time, but all that's going to get sold and might pick off a harvester or two here. We'll have to see. Looks like Mint pulled his army back on the right side too. Oh, those harvesters are going to go away. One of these harvesters is definitely going to go down though. And they even avoid the crushes, so... Oh, he does get 2 there, but yeah, one harvester goes down. This one barely gets away. The pillboxes save him. And he's just going to retreat that army again, so... Yeah, he's looking really strong this one. These pillboxes getting a nice snack there, but these heavy tanks finally going to clean him up. Yeah, he's trading about 3k better, and his army's looking a lot healthier than Mint, but... Double flame tower here, needs to get this tank in front. Perfect, love to see it. Exactly what he needs to do here. And now he can go in. Just have good Mint's... Oh, big army coming down here too. One flame tower goes down. And Anjew, if you really wanted to, I think he could have taken it, but Mint's fire was there. This is really good at angle of attack from Anjew. Just needs to kill that heavy tank. This heavy tank's a little bit far forward, but that's alright. He's probably going to lose one more. All that army got cleaned up by Mint, so that's looking really good here. This, once again, this expansion is trouble. Mint does have quite a big force here, but so does Anjew. It's going to be all about angle of attack, and I think Mint's is just a little bit better. But that heavy tank going down is not great. Still got 3 more, so he should be okay. Another harvester going down. Ooh! 2 harvesters down here, 3rd harvester down here. That's all of Mint's eco right now. That's really good. This army's just kind of stalling for this right now. Yeah, that army value getting really good for Anjew. Once you have double, that's pretty significant. I see this army still kicking up here from earlier that killed the MC. Might kill the SD War Factor if Mint's not paying attention. Flame Tower's getting a lot of work there, but the Testicle is eventually going to push him off. This army's still just sitting here, pushing pressure on the Harvester. SD goes down. He's going to get a barracks too. I think that army definitely paid for it. Actually could probably deal with this if he's smart about it. Mint might lose the heavy tank there. There's only 2 rockets, so he should be okay. Oh, another Harvester go down on this side. Anjew's just kind of slowly smothering Mint here. Although Mint does have a nice engagement here with the armor and the vision providing support, and these heavy tanks are a little late. Anjew's gonna pull up, but lost a lot of his army there. Still got these heavy tanks down here. Looks like they're gonna go back here to the gem mine. That's probably smart. Yeah, Mint's he's looking in trouble here. Doesn't have an SD, he's still building it. Not building APCs in the meantime. He's floating 4K, Anjew's floating 13K. That's actually quite impressive. He's at 7 racks and 2 war factories, so probably could transition into some tier 2 and get some yaks out just to burn some of that income. Mint low power. Looks like he might have lost a power plant. He could sell off a bunch of these extra refs. Gonna kill the oil derrick here. That'll put Mint down at no oil derricks. But again, Mint has 5K, so eco is not necessarily his problem. It's more just army. Anjew's nicely set up here. Probably crawl forward with another Testicle right here and really shut off that eco from the Harvester. Or just transfer over this attack force and just hit some enemy. He doesn't have a heavy tank, so he'll know if Mint expands there, but Mint's kind of stuck on 1 MCV right now. Heavy tank's going down after kill the old derrick, but that's alright. That Harvester does get picked off by that heavy tank and Testicle combo, which is Mint's gonna have to respawn. He does have quite a bit here, but I don't think that'd be enough to push through. There's that second Testicle. Getting decent value. This Testicle is really going to be the really nice one since the Tyson nestles back there. Most of Mint's armor is down. Just 1 heavy tank here, 1 heavy tank here. And it's kind of like a trench warfare over this ore right now. As soon as another Testicle comes out from Anjew, it could be really good. Harvester getting dangerously close to getting sniped again. Just last cell. Yeah, this is so hard to do with 3 Testicles like this. There's just so much overlap, so much reach. They did get nerfed quite a while ago, but not enough to make this not a threat. Another Harvester goes down there. This heavy tank dealing with the pillboxes in the back. And Anjew's got another flank here. This is looking pretty dark for Mint. He does finally have tier 2 out, which could be a difference maker. Like he's trying to build another MCV, but that's going to be unfortunately timing. His eco's really starting to stall out here. Another heavy tank in the back, harassing there, and this attack doing pretty good. Pulled his whole army away, and he attacks here. Although he has no armor here, so this could actually be really bad. Yak comes out, gets some decent strafes. You can see Mint has really good target fire with his Yak, always targeting the rocket soldiers. This heavy tank slowly just killing his Harvesters. Looks like Mint's aware of it, gonna push him away. Still might lose that 1 Harvester. And he got his expansion MCV out, but Anjew's got this secondary army coming over, so that's going to be instantly dealt with. 1 Harvester does go down. That leaves Mint with 2 Harvesters and 0 cash. That's pretty much it. That's GG. So you can get some fancy micro here with his Yak. Not terrible. It's going to come back in. 2 more rocket soldiers down. Unfortunately, going to lose that Yak, but yeah, he doesn't have anything to stop this. Pull his whole army away. Now Anjew has free reign, and all of his techs here. Radar, airfield, SD, the main MCV really. It's just gonna get sold off. Radar gets sold off too. Yeah, Mint was dead. Anjew just played really well this game. Who's gonna come in, get 1 good strike, I think. Yep, decent strike, but not enough. Anjew has more than enough to deal with this. I don't think he's dropped below 12K in a long time, so his eco was on point this game, maybe a little bit too much, could lean more into his macro side of things, but yeah, this last little bit's gonna get cleaned up by Mint, and then this army probably would die to this, honestly, if these heavy tanks get to the front. We'll have to see. Maybe the V2 micro could be really good. Gets a decent shot off there, but I still think Anjew's gonna trade out reasonably well there. Pulls the retreat. he's got this entire army waiting here in the wings again, so I think that's about it for Mint. Andrew up to 15k float, and he had some thieves here just for that ref before it got sold off. He's going to send them down there anyways. Unfortunately, they might get their money back if that. Mint does not have the eco to support. He's building harvesters out of his war factory, and he's got some eco up here, but yeah, this is, well, if they come straight in like this, that could be really bad. Anjew, really smart though, instantly pulls that army back, but Mint goes ahead and throws in the towel. Probably makes sense. Yeah, he wasn't coming back from that game. That was just really well played by Anjew. I think the destroyed loss kind of says the most. Only 6,000 ahead, I guess is expected to be more, but that army difference was well over double at that rate. So, well played, Anjew, and we'll be back for game 2.
Battle control initialized.
Alright, we're back here on game 2. Anjew, of course, once again, always as Ukraine. And this time, Mint playing as Russia. So, I think a little bit different, but we still got a Soviet versus Soviet. We're on Tarback by Pink Thoth, the Schwerpunkt plus Winter Storm mix. Very well protected main here. I think the games tend to drag out very long or end really quickly depending on how an early engagement goes here in the middle. Got these 4 old Derricks in the corner, and I think it's kind of funny how you claim this one early and then you just engineer in your here like after a few minutes and you claim that one and your opponent will do the same thing, and you're so far away that you kind of forget about them. Yeah, we'll have to see if Mint does anything special here. I know he likes his tech rushes. I think Blackhawks work a little bit better than Yaks do, but we'll have to see. And of course, he's Russia again, so tech rush into Yaks, not so great without the pair bombs, especially as Reser when you want more of those shock troopers and Tesla tanks. Mint going double engineer here, kind of interesting, but it does hurt your early armor impressions. But it looks like he's going to keep it well protected with 2 rifles, and Andrew did go with the dog opener, so 2 rifles generally is enough to deal with the dog. It's all going to depend on where exactly they position. If there's a little angle for that dog to get in a good leap on and get that engineer, it's totally possible you get around it, but it's like this dog's just going to die because it's on an attack move order, and you have to get that running animation. And dead. Yep, those riflemen served their purpose. Unfortunately, the dog did not pay out. Panel got sold off, so he's not going to be building a second one there. So Andrew does have his first engineer capturing that. And these ones are capturing about the same time, which I think is actually kind of interesting. I think it might work out better for Mint to get both of these. You get an instant 200 because you get the 100 from capturing each. So you'll have to see how that pays off. This one's also been captured for a little bit, so not too sure. Looks like Mint is going to do a double ref build here, and he is doing that radar rush, so this could be very interesting. Looks like Anjew, on the other hand, just doing his traditional double ref, 2 refs on the back, 1 on the front. Makes the most sense. Sometimes you can split them up if they want to. Kind of necessary if you're doing like a war factory rush or war factory first, but with double ref, you're going to have that 3rd ref anyway, so no big deal there. Mint going to come in and capture his comm center. Comm center not super important on this map, unlike Schwerpunkt, where Schwerpunkt allows you to, cover 2 like expansions. You can see it with vision. This one really covers half of your one. Just kind of gives you a little bit of early warning if your opponent tries to sneak a take in right here, but other than that, these comm centers are kind of worthless in this map. I think they'd be better right here, honestly, but again, this map is so middle-centric right here that whatever happens here tends to dictate the game. You don't see so many flanks in this map just because it takes so long, and this is so long, well protected. I think I said in a previous cast, like, this is the biggest entrance to your base, and this is kind of the side that you are going to go down and expand first, so you don't see a lot of stuff coming this way. We'll have to see how Mint does with this early radar rush. His first Yak's going to be out in 5 seconds. Ooh, and Anjew is doing a flame rush. This could be really interesting. Mint's probably not going to move out his infantry, so this flame rush is probably going to get stopped. However, if for some reason he does move out his infantry, that could be an instant GG. We'll have to see how it goes. Mint's just going to do some scouting with the Yak, but he's not going to find much or any infantry presence by Anjew for a while just because of the flame drop. And he has 5 flamers in there, which is really surprising. That's really expensive. You get 300 with a 300 back from the flame tower, and then 300 each, so that's 1,500 in flamethrowers. So I think Mint does see the APC there, but he doesn't have quite an idea if there's anything in it. I would think maybe he was escorting the engineer there since the engineer died, but the fact that he's just going by that rifle would probably tell you that there's some sort of drop in there. But see how good Mint's game sense is. He does have a second Yak, and he is positioning his army, so yeah, definitely feels like he's aware. Looks like Andrew's just going to reveal that he has flamethrowers. Almost instantly burns down that old Derrick, and they get back in safely. Look like he's just doing a standard ref builder. He's got a MCV coming out. I don't know if he's aware of the X. I think he probably saw him. He's gonna come down here, get the second load there with the flamethrowers. That's not a bad idea. Definitely saw that yak. So he should be a little suspicious of what it has, but he has no rockets going out, which is kind of okay because you don't want your rockets to be sniped since they are so expensive. Same time, just losing all your rifles for free yak strafe because you have nothing to oppose them can be pretty bad. And once these yaks get up into numbers like 3 or 4, then they can start sniping tech structures like your SD and stuff like that. These MCVs are also very exposed if Mint happens to see him. We'll have to see if he's on top of it. Looks like he's just kind of keeping an eye and check on those yaks. Flamethrower's going to come down here and kill these 2 more old Erics. I don't think the yak's going to get in time. Nope. Once again, those flamethrowers are away safely. Mint just up to his 4th vector now, and he's pumping out APCs. I mean, that's going to be okay right now. I'm just going to have to transition to an SC really soon. Those first yak strafes, unfortunately, they missed the MCV, but once again, a free trade there is totally fine. These rockets are in a nice little strafe line too, but Mint does not see him. Oh, loses all the flamethrowers there for comp center. That was definitely not worth it. Mint gonna move out his main MCV. I guess that's okay. It makes sense rather than waiting for the SD, but his eco's probably gonna stall here rather shortly, especially without the 2 oil lyrics. He's only at 4 harvesters, so he has to be very careful on what he does produce. Anjew, on the other hand, gets a nice little harv transfer here. That flame tower kind of in a really bad spot. It's not covering much of anything at all. Want to probably right here or right here. But it's alright. He's got his flax out, which is also going to neuter Mint's yak play a little bit. This was an allied mirror. It's or allied versus Soviets. It's a little harder to play against allies, or it's a little harder to play as allies against air. Yeah, you don't have access to that mobile flak, which makes all the difference in the AA capabilities. That said, Anjew still has to transition to like a 10-5 later. He doesn't have one heavy tank, which is really nice to see, so that'll provide some armor, but there's a lot of APCs for Mint and a rather large army, so if Mint is good and he has a great angle attack here, which likes he might, and this could be really bad for Anjew. Mint's got a nice little death ball going on here, but this heavy tank can make all the difference. One yak instantly does go down thanks to the flax. He's gonna have to be very careful. Another yak's probably gonna go down. Yep, gets away. Great angle of attack here by Mint, though. Finally catches the army. Oh, Anjew needs to retreat that tank. He's gonna need it. Goes down, unfortunately, but this little pack is still roaming around, getting find the rockets, which actually really good. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's still quite a large army from here from Mint. Flame Tower should be able to take care of it if he's smart. Places it right here and keeps his infantry protected. Oh, wasted shots on the APCs. That's not great. APC does not get the crushes it needs. Now the yak goes down. Oh, right on top of his infantry. That is huge. That actually might change this battle. I think Mint was going to win it without that. Another heavy tank out here. Oh, good crushes by the APCs, though. Needs another flame tower. Decent spot. Mint's going to have to retreat back there, but he does kill the harvester. And this game's all over the place. 93 APM by Mint. That's just testament to how well he controls his yaks because he's clicking so much. At the same time, Mint is only on... He's building more finders. I think he really needs an SD at this rate. He's going to have to transition to heavy tanks. Anjew looking okay here. I mean, this is still... He needs to keep these flax alive, actually, because there's still 2 more yaks in play. They're going to go down, unfortunately. Yeah, I think Anjew should probably retreat after that. He's actually going to be so good. There's only 2 heavy tanks. They can't cover all the angles. Look at that. All of the rockets sniped out instantly by that one yak. So that was really well played there. Like a parachop in the back. Does get cleaned up by a flame tower. Good awareness by Anjew there. Yeah, you can see once again how much heavy tanks do to APCs. Barely doesn't survive. One more burst would kill the APC, but yeah, Mint can't push into this with the ground arm. He has to wait for his yaks to rearm. Still got 3 of them. He needs an SD to repair those yaks too, keep him healthy. Heavy tank gonna go down. And once again, all the rockets go down for Anjew. So that's so frustrating to deal with. He needs to... I don't know why he built an APC. He needs more flak trucks. Mint's gonna have a great angle of attack there. A lot of rifles going down. Yeah, Anjew's gonna keep pressing, but he doesn't have any rockets. His tanks are kind of wounded. He just needs to sit in his base right now. Get some more flak packs out. 5 or 6. That'll totally shut down Mint's air. then he'll be able to just slowly smother men out. You could kind of move his expansion MCV very carefully and kind of inch forward. A testicle right here would really shut down Mint's eco. Or just another flame drop back here would prove really good. Kill this refinery. Mint finally up to SC. His two engineers just waving at each other in base. B2 finally coming out too, that'll be really good. Oh, that yak, so close. Veterancy 1, you don't want to lose those. Needs to repair that yak too. But yeah, this game's kind of... Ooh, double war factor from Anjew, that's interesting. That'll be really good for the flax, actually. Moves his main MCV out here. Drop a ref here, then move the MCV out over here. Maybe build some walls over here. Really shut this map down. See if Mitch decides to go in. There's only 3 rockets. Or there's actually 5, and you managed to get all of them anyway, so... Once again, just super impressive, man. Unfortunately, the yak barely gets that one. Mint's still got 2 more yaks left. Still needs to repair that one. Finally get into the SD. B2 is going to come down here. Yeah, these flax are going to be the difference maker. If Anjew has really good control of them, then he'll be fine, but this one's caught out. Gets about a third of that yak down. This yak also going to not be a factor there. Needs to get his whole army there. Oh, such a bad move. Oh, that V2 is going to be great. Oh, unfortunately, Min's army is going to get collapsed on here, but once again, those yaks, man, this is a huge difference maker. V2, another great shot. That's gonna keep Mint trading more favorably than he should be. See how he's trading the combat stat, 40 to 31,000. Yeah, so that's 9,000 difference. That's all yaks. That V2 is starting to make a little bit of difference there, but Anjew does not have enough to push in here. You might be able to pressure hard, but that's about it. He should just retreat back, get those things healthy again. Needs to transition to tier 2, get some SAM sites out, and more flak trucks. He needs like 7 or 8 of them now. See if interesting if Mint goes into a quick transition to shock troopers, and I do see that he's building a testicle and a tech center, so that is a possibility. I don't think I've ever actually seen Mint play with shock troopers and Tesla tanks too much, but I think that'd be right up his alley if he got used to it and comfortable with it. 3 more yaks gonna come in and clean up all the infantry there, probably a heavy tank too if they really wanted to. Looks like they're just gonna go back to base for now. 2 more flax out. But once again, you need like at least 5. These flax can deal with flax rather easily if they're grouped up, especially if there's a lot of yaks. More pressure on the heavy tanks. Yep, 1 yak goes down. They're gonna get a great strafe here. Oh, see how they go. They're just kind of screening for this army. That's really fine. Ooh, that one up to veterancy 2. All the rockets down once again. Be interesting to see if Mick could get a elite yak. That would be... I don't think I've ever seen an elite yak in a game. That'd be really cool. I think I've seen a vet 3 yak before, but never elite. Oh no, low power, needs to sell off ref. That testicle got 1 zap off. That one will get a full zap off, but unfortunately it's on the infantry. Does not get the crushes there with the EPC that it needs. B2 is going to have a great shot once it shoots. Oh, but the flax managed to kill it. But Mint's got a dangerous army here. Great micro with the flame tower right there, but there's still 2 heavy tanks left, and there's no rockets here because of the flax. Triple war factory out now. Oh, and Mint did make the transition shock troopers, so this is kind of what I was hoping for. Flank's gonna come over here, but unfortunately Mint was aware of it, and those yaks clean up all but 2 of the rocket soldiers. 1 more rocket soldier left. Trades out a yak. Oh, don't trade the vet 2 yak, please. Doesn't even lose a harvester there. Another heavy tank here, but that's gonna get cleaned up too. Looks like Mint did eventually lose out here, but probably did a lot of damage. That heavy tank. 1 more rocket. Oh, and Tesla gets the kill. This is definitely very scary as Anjew's position. I mean, flak trucks actually deal with Tesla tanks pretty well, not so much shock troopers since they're light armor and you can span these out a lot quicker, but massive flax against Tesla tanks will totally work. Much better than light tanks do, surprisingly enough. I think it's just because flax are a little bit cheaper and have like a bigger range and you can see better. Flak tank or light tanks are rather like low vision and they can get lost, where Tesla tanks have high vision, so they can kind of around there a lot better. But yeah, once that Iron Curtain comes out, then that's going to be a game changer. 3 heavy tanks here, going to find a really good angle though. It's not a whole lot of Mint's eco, but it's going to be a significant chunk of his since Anjew does have more than half the map. They're just going to pressure all those heavy tanks and push this harvester off. Mint does have a yak or a MiG, So one of those heavy tanks definitely gonna go down. This is kind of hard for him to deal with. Does not have a whole lot. Doesn't even have his own tier 2 yet. So parabombs could also be really good. Although this is such a huge map that parabombs kind of suck a little bit. But we're gonna come back in from their pass. Fortunately, it's on attack moves, so it's just gonna bring all those down to yellow health. Yeah, just screening up there. That heavy tank goes down to the flak and Tesla ball. Black Tesla and Shocky Ball. Man, that's tough to say. And then the player drop over here might get a hard if you're just not pinching. He's been pretty good about that, so we'll have to see. Tesla tank's just getting free vegetable points, killing those heavy tanks. And then slowly just pushing here. This is what makes Tesla so dangerous. It's not that they have to push in, it's that they can sit, just pick off all that off. And yeah, they're just instantly shocking anything that comes in close. I think Mint can honestly just stay and fight here. As long as he doesn't move, just use the defender's advantage. Andrew's not going to have any good engagement here, but he's moving back and forth a little too much. He's going to retreat the Tesla tanks out, but like I said, I think he could actually stay here if he really wanted to. This, on the other hand, would definitely be a little much. Ooh, another flank over here. Going to get the only war factory? Probably not. There's enough to save it. And Mint does have an engineer. Those engineers finally having a job again. Right back to full health. Love to see it. Anjew losing those 3 harvesters there, that's definitely going to be significant. He's going to probably start Sun Out too, but he does have Mint's Expo over here, which is nice to see, and there is 4 harvesters there. So he's actually probably going to be okay. Mint, biggest problem now is just eco stalling out. He's got 2 MiGs, and those should just be harvester hunting. Yeah, just sit him on attack move over there, kill 2 harvesters. This Tesla ball will be pretty decent. Kill the flak, yep. That's a lot of neutered damage right here, but oh no. Sends him in, does he have IC? Nope. Just sends them to his death. That's unfortunate. Probably wasn't paying attention. Oh, and these 2 MiGs might... Oh, barely kill the Yak first. That was very danger close from Mint. We'll play there. That just needs getting back on the SD. Getting back to full health. Unfortunately, I think that Veteran C2 Yak did eventually die. I missed it. These harvesters not back at work. Probably needs to be. And Andrew's going to push in here. Oh no, the MiG barely gets away. I think that rocket just took a slight health off. Just see how quickly they recover. These harvesters definitely going down. I mean, Mint should have seen those coming since he saw with the MiGs there, but there's nothing much he can do. He's down to pretty much 1 army. I liked the transition MiGs, but yeah, they need to be harvester hunting more than anything. They're just kind of chipping away at tanks. And Mint does have plenty of money. I think it's just because he's not building infantry or doesn't have a whole lot of racks. In fact, he's still on 1 rack, so that's actually pretty interesting. Take a look at the army graph here. And yeah, you can see this is the Yaks doing all the work, and then Andrew's macro just slowly catching up. Mint taking bad engagement here, but this is starting to look more and more good for Anjew. But we'll see how Mint has to deal with this. Switches into Mammoth tanks now. That could be pretty good. Problem with Mammoth tanks is heavy tanks are more than worth it, and Anjew is on 3 war factories, so yeah, heavy tanks will outproduce Mammoth tanks like that really easily. Anjew finally on tier 2. He's got his own air vehicles coming out, aircraft coming out rather. Not an air vehicle. I mean, it is an air vehicle, but who knows the English language? Not me, that's for sure. I could barely talk. I'm just here to mouth words and stuff. That Tesla tank needs to be repaired. Big push coming in here from Anjew, but I think Mint's more than prepared for this one. IC is ready by Mint. He needs to place it. Placing like right here is probably good. Drop SAM site just in case. Oh, the Yak goes down, but did kill a lot of rifles. Force fire there. That's so annoying. You just try to group them up, and then they end up force firing. Once again, Anjew gonna find a flank here. Gonna get another harvester. Insfeed cannot run away, but Mitch, oh, he's gonna try to run it. But yeah, those flaks can run it down if he's paying attention, but he's not. Good control by Mint though, bringing back that Mam tank. Gonna be able to kite with those Tesla missiles. IC finally goes down. That's gonna be a game changer, but Andrew's not far off on his IC, so Mint could have had an advantage there with the IC for a little while, but it took him a little too long to get that out and down. That's alright. Still needs to repair that Tesla tank. It's like, it's so worth it. Oh, Mam tank's getting a little caught out. Yeah, you can see heavy tank's definitely going to do a number of those Mam tanks. I think Mint's biggest problem is just he's stalled on eco right now. Ernie's draft definitely looking in Anjew's favor really heavily. Yaks, or the MiGs rather, once again, killing a heavy tank, probably going to poke at that one too. Might lose one if he's not careful, but Mint generally pretty good. Oh, and yeah, unfortunately goes down there. And I don't think Mint can stop this push, actually. IC's not ready yet. Yak does get a good strafe, does go down. The Tesla tank finally goes down. Anjew's just kind of slowly smothering on both sides. But he needs to kind of grip up all his army and tackle one big area. Could even probably bring an MCV down and start base pushing. That'd be a really good idea. Okay, just wants to chip away at the SC there. Vision would have been better. SD, or IC rather, slowly taken down. Angel's IC slowly taken down. This place is well protected. Oh, demo truck. That was nice. Actually killed the power plant. Oh, a second demo truck. Wow. I was not expecting that at all, and I completely missed him on the radar. But that killed a lot of infantry for Mint right there. IC is actually gonna go down and it's low power, so Mint's not gonna even have that advantage. Sells it off, and his tech is actually probably in danger too. Yeah, it's definitely gonna go down. Wow. Those two demo trucks actually might have changed the game there. Power's gonna go down for Anjew. There is 3 mammoth tanks, which should be kind of scary, but he shouldn't be too worried about him. He's got more than enough there. Plus with the IC that's gonna come up shortly in 3 acts, he can pretty much just deathball Mint right here and barf push him. Take a look and see how much that demo truck did. Not as much as I expected. Maybe he caught more of his own army in one of them. Yeah, Mint's destroyed loss ratio is actually super good. But unfortunately, I think these last 5 or so minutes, Anjew's been crawling back towards there. 2 mammoth tanks gonna do some work there, but 1 mammoth tank can go down. He's gonna have to treat the other ones. A nuke silo out here, but unfortunately it's low power. And Anjew's just slowly creeping in, killing all the eco from Mint. Only 3 rockets left for that army, needs to push back. Yeah, these heavy tanks are gonna be unopposed. I don't know if that MiG has enough to kill a heavy tank. Nope, definitely does not. Yeah, Mint's gonna kind of stuck here. He's been pushed off this expo for a while. Doesn't have this harvester mining. That's kind of been the difference. This parajob looks like it's finally gonna get activated, but Anjew probably not paying attention, gonna lose those 2 harves. No, instantly pays attention. Well played by there. I was not expecting that. That's something that I would easily miss, but maybe he just happened to be moving his army over and heard it. Maybe just has a big screen and he can see it. See what Mint's game plan back into this is. I mean, he's been on 1 racks the entire time. That's probably not great. Needs to get up more, but it's very hard when your eco is starved as it is. Another paradrop over here. Looks like this one actually might get a harvester. 2 more bursts. Nope. Once again, Anjew pulling away really on top of his harvester game. Yeah, these mammoths instantly gonna go down. Although there is nothing but rockets there, so that could actually be scary. Anjew does have this big flanking, and he could totally come down there and shut this down again. Mint does not have any backup engineers this time to save his war factory, which is also currently idle because he is broke, and that eco graph is just getting worse and worse. 2,100,000 to 1,300,000. That's quite a significance there. IC comes out for Anjew. Yeah, that's going to be a great push. Needs to focus on the air, maybe. There's enough there for Mint that, yeah, whole army's going to go down. He's trying to focus fire, but no more rockets left. Anjew's just being really careful here, sniping out all the power. 1 more power plant going to go down. There's the GG call by Mint. So really well played by Anjew, just weathering that early storm of the Yaks. You could really see where Mint traded really well there. Pretty much the entire game. This is kind of where Mint's eco ran dry. And then Anjew's eco was just so good, untouched the entire game, that he just spiraled out of control there. I think in the back he started to close this up, but it was looking really good for a while. 50k or 30k difference rather, not super significant in a 23-minute game. Definitely like better for Mint there, but obviously not enough to come back. And just the Tesla transition didn't work out so well. I don't think he never got in sufficient numbers. The MiGs definitely did not pay off. They should have been hunting harvesters. That would have made a big difference. And then not having that IC for as long as he did definitely made a difference there. So well played by Anjew, 2-0 Mint there. That'll probably keep him safe in Masters again for the next season. Unfortunately for Mint, he now has to win his next 2 games, which I think are against Cav, which is going to be a tough order for him, but, you know, maybe he can do something special there. If he does beat Cav 2-0, that might actually change things for top 4, which would be really interesting, so I'm going to root for Mint there. I love watching Mint play. I think he's really intelligent with his APM and stuff like that in his Yak play. Some stuff he can clean up, you know, and I think he'll be a really formidable opponent, but that said, still finishing in a very respectable spot for Masters this season, so I guess I'll see y'all next week.
Battle control terminated.